final days of having me around.
Woo!
Sorry, this is all about me today. This is a TED Talk. You came to that by accident. If you're here for mother, daughter, father, son, that's actually that other West room right next door. My comedy career, of course, is not working out. Great. Hi, everyone. Thank you guys so much for coming to this very early reading of a play written by a dear friend of mine that you know, Nolan Atterbury. So Nolan had this crazy idea about adapting the short story that he read into a full play for his thesis, and it's just been kind of a whirlwind ever since. He started around August time, just getting through drafts, and it's just a little something we've been working on, and we're going to continue having in the works. We have Devin over here playing many, many, many characters. We have Libby over here playing many, many other characters. And we have Ethan over here as our narrator and our voice leading us through this whirlwind, which is Mother, Daughter, Father, Son, written by Nolan. We have production value, guys.
Alright, we'll start now. Alright. Scene 1, Agent's bedroom. The agent lays on their bed. The room is blank other than the bare bench and pillow that makes their bed. A clock is projected onto the back wall, reading 5:14 a.m. It was a day like any other. Another day, another mission. The agent laid sleeping in their bed. Plain gray sheets with a plain gray blanket on top of them. The metal sides to the bed feel cold as they brush their toes across it. The clock next to the headboard changes. As it changes to 5:15, the lights abruptly come up. While the narrator speaks, the agent's hands shoot up to their face. They rub their eyes and slowly sit up. After a moment, they turn their feet to the side and push themselves to standing. The alarm begins to ring as the agent's arm slaps the top of it, then retracts back below the sheet. A moment passes, but slowly they sit up in bed, rub their eyes, and say to the walls, "Morning, Cora." They get up. They reach under the bed, pull out their plain gray uniform clothes and put it on. The small gray outfit covers a masculine figure, silver body hair being covered by the shirt. They put them on with their age slowing them down and stand up with a deep breath. The walls then greet him back. "Good morning, Agent 13. You are being sent to 2038 for a recruitment mission. Please report to Director Andrews' office, room 315. Remember the bylaws of the department. Never do yesterday what should be done tomorrow, but today was yesterday tomorrow. If at last you do succeed, never try again. A paradox may be paradoxical. Ancestors are just people." They leave their room, winding through empty gray halls. They follow a path that they've memorized their way through, knocking on the door outside.
Come in!
Echoes out. They open the door to find the plain office of Director Andrews of the Time Agency, the man seated behind his desk. Scene 2, Director Andrews' office. Andrews, agent. The bench that originally was the agent's bed is slightly raised to become Andrews' desk. The director sits behind him. The agent turns to face him. The lighting is extra harsh, very sterile and office-like. The desk only has a nameplate saying Director Andrews and a lamp shining over towards the director.
Hello, Agent 13.
Good to see you again, Dr. Andrews.
Yes. Please sit.
The agent does.
It's been a while.
Yes, sir.
Oh, please, speak freely.
Yes, sir. I think it's been 25 years.
Just about. Back when I was a corporal.
Yes, sir. You were in processing, I believe.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
I believe Cora said this was a recruitment mission.
Yes, although we prefer to call it the computer outside relative antiquity.
What, don't like using acronyms all of a sudden?
Don't like humanizing our equipment.
Fine. So the person I'm getting?
Yes, I think you're familiar.
The director passes a file to him. The agent opens it, glances through.
For the recruit.
I thought you might be interested.
I'm not.
13, you know.
I'm done with this. Get someone else.
13, it's not an option.
Then you should have told me earlier.
Listen, You know as well as I, this is not something we can mess with.
What's the worst that can happen?
For you, complete coronal collapse.
This is it then.
I figured. After you close the loop, you're free to move on.
And you'll lead me wherever I want.
Wherever, whenever.
So am I just grabbing them and bringing them in, or is there a larger framework I need to follow?
Yeah, there's a bit more to it than that.
What's my cover?
You'll be jumping in 2044. Brooklyn bartender, recently been looking to take over his owner.
Really? Another bartender?
What can I say? You got a tech.
I mean, fine, but can I be something a little more interesting than a dive bar beer junkie?
You don't always need to reinvent the wheel.
Just saying. Seems like I've heard it before.
Regardless. You'll be in 2 months before meeting the target. The extraction should only be a day, maybe 2.
Funding cap?
None. It's 2050's money, so that's cheap.
Sounds like a good mission.
Now there's 5 phases for this operation. Integration beforehand, befriending the target during a bad day, temporal relocation, then fixing the anomalies and returning here with the recruit.
How strict is it?
Very. The file should tell you what to do.
Thank you, sir.
I'll see you at the end of the mission for debrief.
The two of them share a quick, firm shake. The agent slides the file under their arm and returns to the room. The desk slides out from the wall as the agent sits to read. Scene 3, agent's bedroom. The agent sits back on their bed. They read the file they had returned with. The clock on the back wall accelerates forwards. We see the agent sleep and spend more time reading. After a day-long cycle, the clock returns to a more normal space. The agent stands up and begins to change their shirt to their bartender outfit.
Cora,
Yes, Agent 13?
give me 1 bottle of old underwear whiskey, 2020 vintage.
Yes, Agent 13.
And Cora,
Yes, Agent 13?
clear my history. Don't want the new guy knowing too much about me.
Haha. Yes, Agent 13. They straighten the collar of their new shirt, then escape to the world outside the time agency. Scene 4, Pop's Place, 2043. Unmarried mother, bartender. Lights up to Pop's Place, a dive bar in Brooklyn. Atmosphere of a fully wood-walled bar with dim lighting and no fruity cocktails passing old-fashioned. The desk/bed has now become the bar sitting upstage. The agent in their jean jacket stands behind the bar, polishing a glass. Music is playing from a record player that is brought on stage. Phase 1, integration. The agent assumes their guise as a bartender and owner of Pop's Place. Wood-lined walls surround a dark bar. Lights are low for the men and women nursing hangovers and hangovers to come. Months pass, all the same to the agent, until September 21st, 2043, when a man walked into the bar. After a moment, we hear a door swing open and close. The bartender looks up, does a double take, sets down the glass they have been polishing, and pulls out a shot glass and pulls from behind them a bottle. Phase 2, befriending the target. The unmarried mother man walks into the bar. He is a younger man, early mid-30s, wearing a disheveled suit. His shirt is open with some chest hair spilling out. His hair and clothes are wet. He goes to sit at a stool at the far edge of the bar, away from the bartender. The unmarried mother begins to type in midair. His eye slightly lights up, recognizing the typing. The bartender pours a shot for him.
What, no foreplay?
Seems like you're not in the mood.
How could you tell?
Well, you're soaking the floor, which means you've walked through the storm.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. Yeah, it's not been a fun day.
You usually come in typing on your eye and don't say anything more than your order.
It's usually not a fun day.
What happened?
Another of my concepts didn't get picked up.
Sure, your internet thing?
Yeah, we're part of a content creator network for Facebook TV.
Right, a content creator network.
I'm a part of a sketch group deployed by Facebook TV's division that makes the mom meme type of shows.
See, some of those words I understood.
Which ones?
Mom memes.
Why those?
I mean, it stands out. Why would a nice young man like you be working at a place that would make mom memes?
And what's so strange about that?
I mean, you don't seem like the mom type.
Really? Because there I'm the unmarried mother.
What's that?
Pen name? I'm the unmarried mother.
The The bartender stops for a second to consider this and busts out laughing.
What are you laughing at?
I mean, a big guy like you calling yourself a mother? Why would you call yourself a mother?
The glass shatters against the wood of the bar. The snap hangs in the air. The unmarried mother slams the shot glass down with such force it shatters. The bartender grabs for a bat under the table, but doesn't pull it past their chest. The unmarried mother removes his hands and stands.
I'm calm.
A bit of a sensitive subject, then.
Yeah, you could say that. Sorry about this.
It's fine. Not the first barfly to bust a glass.
I'm sorry.
I'll add it to your tab.
How much am I at now?
Well, I decided to just charge you by the bottle rather than the shot, so only 485. Call it an even 500 with the new shot glass.
Less than I thought.
You're not the first to say that. So why is that such a sensitive subject for you?
You haven't heard my spiel before?
Not that I can remember.
What do you want to make a bet?
A bet. Went on.
I bet my life's so incredibly fucked that you'll think I'm bullshit.
Everyone's got some shit in their life.
Not like mine. It'll make your life look like a fucking cakewalk.
I'll take that bet. What for?
Bet you the rest of that bottle.
I'll raise you a whole new one.
That'll do. Ready to get blown away?
I'm a bartender. Next to therapist, we hear the most insane stories.
Yeah, well, there's no story like mine.
All right, let's go then.
The bartender pours the both of them a shot.
What should we drink to?
To the future?
To the past then.
Fuck the past.
The bartender chuckles and raises his glass. They cheers and both drink.
I'm an unmarried mother, and for 70 an hour, I write sketches.
Well, how's that going?
It's fine. Fucking sucks.
Is that all you got?
Relax, I'm figuring out how I want to say it.
So your mother, how does that work?
I'll get to that part. I was born a bastard.
Everybody's got their past.
No, I mean literally a bastard.
So no judgment there.
What?
I'm a bastard too.
Really?
Yes, sir. Everyone in my family is a bastard. No one can ever really seem to get married.
Huh. Really?
Yes, indeed. Keep this thing on to keep the men and ladies away. But no marriage for us.
What's that design?
And the ring? It's an Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail.
Interesting.
It's a family heirloom. Hey, this is your story time. So you're a bastard. What's your family like?
I don't really know. They gave me up for adoption. Only know they weren't married from the head of the orphanage.
Wow, an orphan.
The unmarried mother slams his hand down on the bar.
I'm not an orphan.
But you said your parents.
I didn't know them. It doesn't mean my parents are dead.
Whatever you say.
Being a little girl in an orphanage.
I'm sorry. Did you just say a little girl?
Listen to the fucking story.
Okay. Sorry.
I was a baby girl named Jane. Got left on an orphanage's steps.
Damn. What was that like?
It was an experience. It's funny, I mean, things that you all have your parents explain to you, we don't get it that way. Like sex. I thought that was something you could only do when you're married, but well, you know, learned quickly about that kind of stuff in a house with a bunch of other kids running wild.
With that, the scene seamlessly transitions to be Jane's room in the orphanage. The benches that make the bar separate and become a set of bunk beds. Scene 5, the orphanage, 2026. Jane, Sammy. Lights come back up to see Jane, older now, maybe 14. She sits on her bed reading a magazine, a la People. The cover has a grown-up Millie Bobby Brown and Finn Wolfhard with the title Stranger Marriage, The Truth of Millie's Affair, or something similar. The door swings open. This time an older girl walks in. She is shaken. She sits on the bed. Jane is somewhat distant. St. Jerome's Orphanage, Cincinnati, 2026. Jane, only 14, shares her bunk bed with Sammy, a girl a few months older. A normal night for Jane, not so for Sammy.
Well, I did it.
Really?
Yeah.
With who?
Peter.
Damn, that's so cool.
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was weird. Relaxing was like I used to it.
How was he?
He was nice. He was very sweet about it.
Did you use a condom?
Of course, yes.
Good.
Have you done anything yet?
No, nothing yet.
Really?
Nothing.
How come?
I don't want to.
Gotcha.
I don't want to even risk having a kid until I've got a husband or wife that I'm raising it with.
Yeah, that's smart. I figure why wait?
What do you mean?
This boy buys me gifts and makes me feel happy and special. If having sex makes him feel happy, why not?
I guess I never thought of it that way.
That's what my old roommate told me before you moved in here.
Oh. Why did she leave?
Got too old.
Sad.
Yeah. She said she'd come back to visit or text or something.
And she hasn't yet?
Not yet.
How long before I came in did she leave?
About a week.
Nothing in 4 months? That's scary.
No. She's probably just busy.
What do you want to do when you get out of here?
I think I might sign up for one of those new NASA programs.
New NASA program?
You know, the new Women's Hospitality Organization, Recreation and Entertainment Sector?
Who?
Yeah.
No, what's Women's Hospitality Organization?
You help the astronauts on the way to Mars.
Wow, that's really cool.
We're going to be keeping our spacemen entertained all the way through on Mars.
That's awesome.
So, what do you want to do?
I don't really know.
Why don't you join me?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. It'll be you and me out in space together. And then we can get to stay on Mars once we're done.
That would be really exciting.
So, you and me?
Yeah. Amazing.
Okay. How old are you again?
14.
Okay. When's your birthday?
It's August 27th.
Well, I'm in May, so I'll be in a few months before you.
Oh, okay. But we'll still get sent up together.
Yeah, of course. They only send missions every year, so we'll be there.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Amazing.
I'm glad we got paired up together. You're a lot nicer than my other bunkmates since then.
Oh, thanks, Jane. I like you a lot too.
They hug.
Alright, I'm tired. I'll tell you more in the morning.
Sounds good. Night, Sam.
Nighty night, Jane.
Sammy climbs up to the top bunk and turns over. Jane goes back to reading her magazine. Lights down. Pop's Place, 2043. We cut back to the bar. The bottle of whiskey is a bit more empty. They both seem to have had some of the drinks, though unmarried mother seems more drunk.
And that was my life as a kid. Different best friends each month, but Sammy was something special.
Seems like it. So then what happened?
We grew up. We had to switch bunks after a few months, but we were in the same home still. We were inseparable.
And did you guys go into whores?
We didn't call it that. We only used who.
Why not? Didn't want to call yourselves that?
No, frankly, we did not. We were both very glad when they changed the name.
Oh, what was it? Women's Extraterrestrial.
Women's Extraterrestrial National Corps Hospitality and Entertainment Section.
That's right. Help the boys get on Mars, get entrenched.
Come and sign up to be a wench.
Actually bought that stuff.
Yeah, I was a kid, and they always made it seem so heavy.
Did Sammy join when she turned 18?
Yep, not a day later. She was out, and I didn't see her after that.
I thought you were going to win this.
I mean, I tried. I did the same thing as her, but I guess mine must not have been going as good.
Lights down. Scene 6. Wench's Recruitment Center, 2030. Jane, Wendy. A new woman, not a girl now, Jane, walks in the door to the Wench's Recruitment Hall. The plain metal building seems just as friendly inside as it does outside. That all to say, not friendly. She walks forward through a few empty aisles, taking a seat in the front row. She looks around at the empty spaces around her just as the lights dim, and a screen descends from the ceiling to show a woman. As she sits, we see the other cast member projected onto the wall as the lights dim. The video begins with a woman in a salute from the waist up. Her makeup and clothes are a mix between a flight attendant and Rosie the Riveter.
Hello and welcome, ladies. I'm Wendy the Wench, and thank you for coming in to sign up for the Women's Extraterrestrial National Corps Hospitality and Entertainment Section. Over the next few days, you shall undergo a series of routine, cognitive, psychological, and medical tests to ensure you're among the best that we can get for our boys up in space. Please make sure you're honest with your doctor, and he will make the best decision for you. Sorry, girls, doctors know best. Hope you pass the test and can come up to serve our boys. Up, up, and away!
Wendy takes off in a cartoon rocket as she peeks into the sky, disappearing into a twinkle of a red planet. As the lights come back up, Jane looks around. A male doctor peeks his head in, doing a double take, not expecting anyone to be there. He comes back in, straightens his stethoscope.
Oh, yes, come on up.
They sit at a table. Jane hands him a few papers, already filled out. He takes them and glances through.
Here, sir.
She then sits up, as perky as she can, smiling.
So, Jane, you just turned 18?
Yes, sir.
Sexual history?
None, sir.
Nothing at all.
Nope. No penetration.
Any STIs? Perhaps from other means?
No, sir.
Good. We like clean women. Makes everything easier. Any questions?
What's next after this, sir?
Routine test to verify what you said. Then a temporary sterilization procedure, okay? Then hormonal implants to simulate pheromones and cosmetic enhancements.
Oh, of course.
All right, this all looks fine. After your background check clears, we'll have you come back in for some more basic tests.
How long will that take, sir?
After today, should take about a week to process.
Oh, okay, sir. Is there any place for me to stay during that time, sir?
Is that a problem?
Well, sir, I was in an orphanage and since I'm 18 now,
You don't have anywhere to stay.
No, sir.
I'm sorry, Jane, we're actually full right now.
Really?
Yeah, just had a large wave of recruits coming in. Completely filled the barracks.
Oh.
Will that be a problem?
No, I'll be fine, sir.
Great then, miss. We'll see you next week.
The doctor quickly gets up and goes away. Jane walks out slowly the opposite door. She briefly leaves the stage as lights shift. She spins out, exiting the doorway, and we are found scene 7 in the park. Jane, man. The girl left that recruitment unrecruited, nowhere to go. She returned to her old house, but they said that they couldn't house her or they'd lose their license as an orphanage. So Jane was left alone. And she went to the nearest place she could think. She went out to the park and sat down on a bench. The autumn wind blew past her bag she laid on the ground. As she began to lay, a man, slightly messy looking, walks into the scene. Jane walks out into the park. She sits down on a park bench. She rubs her shoulders from the chilly autumn weather. She starts to lay down, but she's startled when a man comes and speaks.
Well, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. You?
Good. Would you mind if I sit here? I'm supposed to meet someone here in bed.
Oh, fine. I'll just go.
No, I don't mind. It seems like you could use some company.
Sure. I could use some conversation.
What are you here for?
I'm just spending a night out under the stars.
For fun or necessity?
I don't know. A little both.
Really?
Yeah, I just need some time before a job comes through.
You hungry?
I thought you were meeting someone here.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to be here for another few hours. We could just find some nearby diner or something.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I just came into some cash. I don't mind sharing. Shall we?
He stands and offers a hand to her. She takes it, stands, and he twirls her. Jane lands center. They dance briefly, ending in a kiss. Lights go down, to lights out. Pop's Place, 2043.
That was the beginning of the worst night of my life.
That doesn't sound so bad. Got a night out on the town, a bed to sleep in, nice food and drinks.
Yeah, but then the asshole left me there. He goes out for a smoke outside our hotel and disappears.
Just disappears.
Yep. I asked the front desk, the people sitting in the lobby, anyone I could ask nearby, but he was gone.
Damn, that's too bad. What's wrong with a one-night stand?
Nothing. Except that I got pregnant, so
Oh, no.
yeah,
Well, did you keep it?
I did. Not that I could do anything about it.
What do you mean?
Well, I went to Wenches the next day and they didn't want me.
Just like that?
Yep, apparently they don't handle anything with pregnant women. So I went to get it out, but by the time I arrived, it had a heartbeat.
Oh, no.
And once they found that, apparently there's nothing I could do.
So what happened?
Well, I carried her to term. I got a job working as a waitress in the meantime. I had to keep working until the day my water broke just to stay afloat.
You had the baby?
She was a healthy baby girl.
That's sweet. I'm sure she must have loved you so much.
Not so sure.
Lights down. Scene 8, surgical recovery, 2031. Jane, surgeon. Jane sits fresh in a hospital bed, eyes cracking open while wrapped in bandages all around the torso. She peers out to an empty hospital room with a screen on the wall mumbling something, and a regular tone telling Jane she's still alive. Each pulse pushes at her stomach until she feels the numb of the IV in her arm trickle through. Jane lays in the bed, her face is bandaged. A hospital gown is tucked underneath the blanket. She slowly starts to move, sitting up. A surgeon, different than the earlier doctor, walks in.
Hello. Are you awake?
Hello? I can't feel anything.
Yes. Don't worry, your child is fine. Healthy baby girl. Do you have any memory of what happened during surgery?
No, not really. Past when I got wheeled in, they gave me a shot in the arm and then I kind of blacked out.
Yes. It seems you had a reaction to the sedative agent we gave you to help ease the process, twilight sleep.
What happened?
It ended up functioning as a blood thinner for you, in addition to causing sedation. Then the birth itself had some complications.
Complication?
When we opened you up, we found a second set of organs, male sex organs. Your vaginal canal had been severely damaged due to the attempted birth, so we had to make a judgment call on tape.
What do you mean?
You were losing a lot of blood. We stitched you up and decided to leave the male organs out.
I'm sorry.
After your
What?
birth, we had to give you a sex change operation to help save your life.
Jane's hands slowly reach up to feel her chest.
And where are my breasts?
You were already under. We wanted to make sure you were able to adjust fully.
So you got them off.
We performed a hysterectomy and mastectomy. Hormonal treatment will begin shortly.
And you didn't think I care about this?
Sir, this was the only way we could assure you'd wake up at all. I'm sure you'll be fine soon. If you need anything, just let us know.
The surgeon starts to leave.
Wait. Where is my baby?
She's in the NICU. We wanted to make sure she's taken care of while you heal.
When can I see her?
Perhaps tomorrow. But right now, you need rest. Please, just get some sleep.
The surgeon leaves. Jane sits in silence for a second and slowly shudders, crying. After a few moments, Jane pulls their hands out from under the blanket. They feel up to their chest, feeling again for their breasts, but finding nothing. Lights down. Lights back up. A few days later, Jane, nurse. Time passes. Wounds heal. Not fast. Not fast enough.
Morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Any major discomfort?
Nothing new at least.
On a scale of 1...
4.
Okay, good, that's good. At least it's decreasing.
Does that mean I can see my baby?
Did no one...
No one, what? Is she alright?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What happened?
Your daughter has disappeared.
She what?
She's gone.
She's not a rabbit in a magic trick. Where the fuck is she?
Someone came in, a nurse, and walked out with her. They left with your baby. The police have been alerted and...
Oh, when did this happen?
Last night. It was over the night shifts.
Left.
No one had any idea that...
Get out of my room, please.
Is there anything I could get?
Get out.
I'm so sorry.
Get out!
nurse leaves. Jane grabs a glass of water brought by the nurse and throws it at the wall. The glass shatters. Lights down. Scene 9, a therapist's office. John, therapist. The therapist is sitting across the room. Jane, now John, sits in a chair. He is sitting slumped back in the chair, legs wide open, sore. They're still in a hospital gown. Jane, now John, sits in a slumping chair across from the therapist, same as he had every other day for the past near year. The hospital gown draped down past his knees.
So John, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling a little better. This was the first time I saw myself in the mirror and felt like me.
That's good.
Yeah, still feel weird on the inside though.
Physically or emotionally?
Oh, emotionally. Or like I still don't really feel like a man even though now the outside feels normal again.
Well, still progress is progress.
Yeah.
Are you still happy to stay as a man now?
Yeah. And at first it was just like, why go back under the knife for it? But honestly, I'm fine to have this as a restart.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I can't go into Wenches now. They wouldn't let me in even if I went back. I don't have anywhere else to go. And my daughter is gone. Got nothing tying me down here.
I see. What do you know what to do with this restart?
I don't really know.
Was there anything you loved as a kid?
I mean, Wenches was always my idea. I never really thought about anything else.
What was it about that you liked?
I mean, I always thought it seemed like the most secure and easy job. I mean, plus, who wouldn't want to live on Mars? I would get a little bit of this kind of reset there. It doesn't matter you were a poor orphan if you're helping to colonize and secure Mars.
I see. You want the escapism of Mars and the security of a government job.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, why not try that now?
What do you mean?
We'll go into it now.
I mean, I could try. I thought they shifted their mission.
Yes, but they would still take you to Mars.
That's true.
Auxiliary Nursing Group, Extraterrestrial Legion. I believe now it's open to men and women.
Is it? Just in the last few months?
I know more restrictions have gotten lifted with it. Why don't you try it again?
Guess I could.
So, what do you think your plan will be after you're released?
I guess find somewhere to live, a survival job to pay for that, and bills from here, and then pay for the application fee, and hopefully live on Mars.
Sounds like a great plan. But lucky for you, the bills won't be an issue.
I'm sorry, what?
Your treatment has been covered.
Someone paid all of my medical bills?
Yes. Just this morning, an anonymous donor gave almost exactly what you need.
That's incredible.
Indeed.
Holy shit. Where is he?
They said they prefer to remain anonymous.
No, seriously?
Unfortunately, yes.
No, how does someone even do that?
They came in with a large bag of cash, met our financing director, and after verifying the cash was legitimate, they said they would prefer to be anonymous.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Not at all. Now, there wasn't much left over, 2,600 in total, but a part of their stipulation, any excess would be passed on to you.
That's incredible.
It is.
Where is it?
It will be given on discharge, in case any issues should come up.
Okay.
So, is that,
Who do you think it could be?
John, I think it would be best to continue without looking for this person.
Are you kidding? What if it's my birth parents or something? Or what if it's that guy from the park?
See, John, it's that kind of excitement that I think won't be healthy for you to entertain.
What do you mean?
The hope that you'll find your parents. It's not healthy.
Fine.
And what did you tell me last week?
That I was struggling with the hospital food?
About the park.
I deserve someone more than a one-night stand.
So how does knowing your bills are paid affect your plan?
I mean, it gives me some money to get off the street right away.
Have you tried contacting any friends from the orphanage?
I I don't even know who I would call.
Sammy?
He's on fucking Mars.
Oh, right. Sorry.
It's fine.
So, what were you saying about plans?
I guess now I'll probably still have to get a survival job, but it should hopefully get me enough for the deposit.
It sounds great.
So how long will that?
The surgeon is recommending you stay through weekends.
Sorry, how long is that?
Today's Friday, so another 3 days.
Oh, good. Sorry, I forgot what day it was.
That's alright.
I swear, Facebook TV does shorts just so you'll lose track of time.
I bet they do.
Oh, seems like they'll take anything there.
Well, that's about our time. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
No. I'm ready.
Well, good luck on your restart.
Yeah. Thanks.
Blankstone. Scene 10, an apartment, 2033. John, building manager. We shift to a dingy apartment building. The bench shifts once again to a bed. There is a desk in the corner. A door swings open, getting caught on the desk. After a beat, John walks into the room. He is followed quickly by a building manager.
So this is the main room. Kitchen just through there. It's a wonderful studio. No room problems in a few months.
How much is it?
It's $1,300 a month plus utilities.
1,300?
Yes, $1,300.
Okay. And I can pay month by month, right?
Yes.
Great. I'm looking for a job.
Oh, I see. You're new to the city?
Yep. Getting a restart.
Restart, huh?
Yeah.
Just to be clear, there's no drug use.
Not that kind of restart.
Of course not.
So, do I need anything paperwork-wise?
We're fine here with just first and last month's rent.
Great. Here.
He hands bundles of cash to the manager.
Thanks. I'll be right back with this.
Great.
The building manager walks out. John looks around the room, smiles to himself, and then sits on the bed behind him. Stands right back up, looking down as if he had just sat in something. He feels his pants, smells it, recoils, and flips the mattress over. Pop's Place, 2043. Lights back up on the bar with the bartender and unmarried mother just finishing their first bottle of old underwear whiskey. Again, the unmarried mother looks much drunker than the bartender.
So that all sounds great. I mean, not the nicest place, but you're there.
Great. And I just got a baby stolen from me days after her birth and had my doctor give me a dick.
I thought you said you were lucky being a man.
I mean, I made the best of it, but I would have never done that.
So you're a begrudging man then.
I guess you could say that.
So new man out in the world. Where'd you go?
Well, I got a job and went back over here to the park and worked my ass off to save enough money to pay for the Angels application.
Did they know that you were?
Yes, they knew. Said they couldn't tell and didn't care if I was, thank God.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, not every place was that nice.
Scene 11, Angels Recruitment Center, 2035. John, doctor. Lights come back up. The stage is set up very similar to the recruitment center earlier. There is a banner taped over the Wenches logo from earlier. John returns, sees another doctor there waiting. He walks up, takes a seat in front of him. Just as Jane went to Wenches, John carted himself back to the same building. The original Wenches sign is covered by a new banner, Angels, printed in large letters. He sat in the same chair, now encircled in curtains, and waited until the doctor came in.
Welcome, John, correct?
Yes, thanks.
Great. I'll give you a minute's change.
The doctor stands up, handing John a hospital gown and leaves the stage. John stands and begins to take off his shirt. His lower torso has a large scar from his childbirth and smaller scars on the upper half from his mastectomy. Quickly after the doctor left, the doctor knocks and comes in without waiting for a reply.
Shit!
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
The doctor leaves once again. John sees himself in the mirror. He glances at the scars on his body, nods and grins to himself, then puts the gown on over his pants, then pulls them down. This part should be awkward, with John still moving a bit tentatively. Once he's ready, he pulls open the door, and the doctor walks back in.
I'm so sorry about that. I was coming back in to let you know you could keep your underwear on.
Oh well.
So, John, what is your middle name?
No middleman.
No middle name?
My parents never gave me one.
All right. Date of birth.
Estimated 2013, exact date unknown. I think legally though it's August 27th, 2013.
No. What made them choose that day?
Day I was dropped off at the orphanage.
Ah, okay. And if I may ask, what were those scars from?
An old surgery I went through.
What for?
Transitioning, I was born a woman.
Oh. Okay.
And that's not an issue, is it?
I'm sorry, that does disqualify you.
Are you kidding?
I'm sorry, yes, it's the surgery itself makes you unsuitable for the extremely low pressure on Mars.
Really? They didn't mention pressure as an issue.
I'm sorry, it's out of my control. Federal policy. Please.
This has been my goal for my whole life. This is everything I have.
I'm very sorry. I'll give you a word.
The doctor leaves. John slumps over, crying. Lights go down. After a few moments of hearing the sobs in the dark, the spotlight again focuses on John's face. He speaks, emotionless.
So I kept my waitering job. I used that to get to know people, and one day I started writing. I take one of the people from my restaurant, imagine this backstory for them, and I started posting them on my Facebook. Eventually they started to get a little popular. And soon Facebook reached out to me and they wanted to give me a space, a small starting stipend. They wanted to take my stories and turn them into sketches for Facebook TV.
Scene 12, Content Creator Space. John, Kelly. The lights come up quickly with John sitting, typing midair with his eyes covered with a sleep mask. After a moment of him sitting and typing, there's a knock from off stage. John twitches, touches between his eyes on the mask, and glues it onto his forehead. John spins in time to see Kelly, a high-level employee, walk in.
Hello.
Hey there, I'm John.
Hi, Kelly.
Pleasure.
John, you were the one behind the post we made earlier today around 2 p.m., right?
Oh yeah, the story with the cheating spouse.
Yes, I loved it. And I've got to say, I'm not the only one.
Oh really? How much was it at with that bit?
You had a surge of 12.1 million viewers on your stream.
You're kidding.
You're trending on Twitter and Facebook. It's got 31 million upvotes on Reddit. You, sir, have got a hit on your hands.
Amazing.
Keep it up. And make sure you include me next time you send up a script.
Thanks, Katie.
Kelly, VP of Digital Production.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Kelly walks back out where she came in. John sits back down, stunned. He puts the mask back on, taps the center, then turns around in his chair. As he does, the lighting dips and raises again, brighter than it had been.
Hello.
Hey, one sec.
John finishes typing, then raises the mask.
Oh, hey, Kelly.
He stands up and offers his hand. She takes it and pulls him into a half hug.
Oh, Johnny. Hello again.
How are you doing?
Oh, great. Just great. Especially when you got another viral hit.
I'm glad it's going well.
Not just well, John. You're doing really well.
I mean, great.
However, one thing. Me and the other higher-ups were wondering if you could stick to some more relatable type of humor?
What do you mean?
Well, a few of your last posts have been a little out there, and we were just hoping you could stick with what you know a bit more.
I don't understand what you mean.
Well, your content usually does better with the older female demographics, and they haven't been getting as much involvement since your sketches have been getting a little crazier.
So you want me to go back to what was popular and not what I actually want to write about?
Don't think about it as what you don't want to write about. Think about it as giving the people what they want.
Oh, all right then.
Thanks, John. Bye.
John cradles his head in his hands and sighs as lights go down. Scene 13, Pop's place continued. While the lights are down, we change the set back to that of the bar.
And that's been my life the last few years. Soullessly working to keep people on the platform as long as I can.
Wow.
Yep, it sucks.
So you never knew your parents then? Ever tried to find them?
No, I would have, but I don't pass it. Probably just nobody's.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
you got the chance, you'd want to meet them?
What? You know them?
I know where you can meet them.
You're fucking.
Not this kind.
Wait. Holy fuck.
Okay, there's only one stipulation.
Name.
If I take you to meet him, you have to try 1 month at a job.
You're kidding. This is.
It's got good pay, it's full benefits, you get to travel a lot. If you don't like it, you can quit after that first one.
This sounds like you're trying to kidnap me.
The orphanage you went to, St. Jerome's.
I never told you.
Barack Obama High School, just outside Cincinnati.
How the fuck?
Meet me in the back. Take the door on the left. Give me a minute to get ready.
Alright. Fuck. Fine.
The bartender moves off stage left, going underneath the side flap of the bar. The unmarried mother pours himself another shot. He takes it. He then takes another breath, then stands up from the bar. He tries to ready himself and pours one more shot. With that, he heads off stage left. Lights down. Scene 14, backward. The bartender flips on a light and the stage becomes very dimly lit from a singular bulb hanging from the ceiling. Crates of food, beers, bottles of wine, and liquor line the back wall, scattered on the floor. The agent walks in quickly, procedurally. They pull open a box, marked with an X on the front. They pull out a large sheet with golden wiring embedded along it. They lay it down, fix it, check their watch, then the unmarried mother walks in.
Is he back here?
No, not back here.
Okay, so where is he?
We'll go there in just a minute.
Fine.
Would you mind stepping over here?
Sure. What is this thing?
Coordinates Transformer Field Kit, Series 2130, Model 2.
What?
Time machine.
The bartender then steps next to the unmarried mother, presses another button on his watch. The edges of the sheet are pulled up, surrounding both of them. It envelops them, and the lights go down around them. The sheet around them lights up, shifting from yellow to blue to red, and settling on orange. The orange fades into the gold of the sheet originally. The sheet reopens. The bartender is calmly looking down at his watch. The unmarried mother looks up terrified. As it unfurls, the unmarried mother turns to the bartender, grabs him around the throat, and pulls back his hand for a punch.
Now what the fuck is that shit?
I told you, a time machine.
What the fuck did you put in my drink?
Old underwear whiskey.
What?
Just a drink.
Well, what the fuck did you do to me then?
I'm taking you to meet your parents.
The unmarried mother takes his hand off the bartender.
Sorry about that.
It's fine. I get it.
It's just really fucking weak.
For sure.
So where are they?
They should be outside. They'll be waiting in the park.
Where are they?
Cincinnati. Just outside Eden Park.
The bartender reaches into the box with the X on it, pulls out a stack of cash. He pulls out a few bills and hands them to the unmarried mother.
Here. I'll pick you up in a little while.
Wait. How am I supposed to know when I need them?
Just sit on a bench. They'll be able to find you.
Are you sure?
You trusted me so far?
And I don't know if I should.
Good.
The bartender presses on his watch with a smirk, and the pot of the machine disappears. The unmarried mother looks around, tucks the money into his pocket, and walks out through a door in the same position as it was in the bar's back room. Scene 15, the bar. Unmarried mother, woman. The unmarried mother walks onto the stage. One of the benches sits down stage left, with a person sitting on the side. They adjust themselves, starting to lie down, but the unmarried mother sits on the bench.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. You?
Good. Would you mind if I say you? I'm supposed to meet someone here in a bit.
Oh, fine. I'll just go.
No, I don't mind. Seems like you could use some company.
As the unmarried mother says this line, he gets a curious face on his face.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
I don't believe so.
Sorry, you seem so familiar. Anyway, what are you here for?
Just spending a night out under the stars.
For fun or out of necessity?
I don't know. Maybe both.
Really?
Yeah, I just need some time.
Before the job comes. Are you operating?
I thought you were meeting someone here.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to be here for another few hours. We could just find some nearby diner or something.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I just came into some cash. I don't mind sharing, shall we?
What's your name?
John, yours?
As she replies, the unmarried mother mounts alongside with a scared but resigned face.
Jane.
The lights slowly fade down. The lights remain down for a longer period of time than usual and come back up slowly. Scene 16, rear of Pop's place. Agent. As the lights come back up, the time machine reappears on the empty stage. It opens and the agent steps out as the sheet opens up. As they ready themselves, changing into a set of scrubs, we hear their voice reading from the mission report they'll write later. Perhaps this could be some sort of movement piece to tell this next part of the story, or it could be over just as the agent changing and returning to the time machine.
After dropping John from 2038 off in the park at 2030, I returned immediately to 2038 to prepare. I left notice, said that I was going on a trip to find myself, and my partner at the bar to take over as owner. Once I had changed, I left to go back to 2031, found a way in the hospital, and eventually was able to bore the nurse watching the infant ward into leaving, so I could grab young Jane and take her back to 2012. Jane was peaceful the whole time. There was no time sickness, not even a cry when we began to. It's like she was born for it. I was luckily able to find a box to leave her in outside St. Jerome's. I left her with a chronally appropriate blanket, with a note on top saying, "Please take care of Jane." I still felt special naming her, even though I knew what it had to be. After dropping off Jane, I had a few more stops to make. 2032 to pay for their transition treatment, keeping John and Jane on the right path. Everything went by easily. There shouldn't be any sort of anomalies. Picking up John was quite a bit more involved.
As the agent goes back into the time machine, the lights go down. Scene 17, outside a hotel. John, agent. John left herself in the bed as he went out for a little bit to quell his nerves. Having sex with yourself can do that. He stood until he heard this piercing sound as the time machine appeared next to him. The upstage door opens as John steps out. We hear more noise of cars rushing past, as if he is in a back alleyway. John stands, puffs on a vape, and leans against the wall and stands smoking. After a beat, we hear the sounds of the time machine arriving.
You've gotta be fucking kidding me.
The agent then arrives on the scene, walking in from the side of the stage.
Hello again, John.
Isn't it old Pops?
I know you've got some questions.
Yeah, got some questions. What the hell was that?
It all had to happen.
What, me fucking myself?
Yes.
You're kidding.
I'm not. Trust me, I know.
John hits the agent.
You don't know shit.
John, listen.
John hits him again.
Take me right back where I came from.
We made a deal, though.
You said I'd meet my parents.
Yes.
Well, where the fuck are they?
I told you. Meet them on that park bench.
What?
We met them.
What are you?
A look of recognition passes over John's face.
No.
I'm afraid so.
How is that?
I don't know.
But I can't be.
And yet, here you are.
Who the fuck are you?
It's time we head on to that new job. Our bet.
Right?
If I took you to meet your parents, you'd come and try a job.
No fucking way.
John, we gotta go.
Like hell.
John goes to throw a punch. The agent is easily able to catch it and push it away. John looks surprised, pulls his hand back, and swings again with each hand. John checks the jab, then grabs and twists the other arms behind his hand.
Come on, John.
Fuck you.
John kicks back to hit the agent's leg. After a brief scuffle, the agent catches John in a headlock. The agent then pulls out a syringe. He sticks it into John's neck, who struggles, then goes limp. The agent then lets go of John, carefully sliding him to the ground before picking him up and taking him off stage back to the time machine. Scene 18, agent's office. Private, agent. We hear the sound of the time machine arriving and see the agent carrying John's body, now a prop. He puts him down as he approaches a desk. The man sitting behind the desk looks up. And so off the agent went with John in tow, taking him back to the agency. Sitting outside normal time, the gray metallic corridor stretched in front of them, ending with a meek, young Private Andrews.
Hello, Adrian. How can I help you?
I have a new recruit. He's a little less than willing.
I see. Name?
John Johnson,
And recruiting agent?
Agent 13. John Johnson.
Your...
Yep. Self-recruitment.
All right. You should be able to drop him off in your chambers then.
Thanks, Private.
Andrews. Thanks, sir.
See you earlier.
The agent picks up John again and pulls him off the opposite side of the stage. Lights down. Scene 19, agent's bedroom. The agent comes into the room, lays John on the bed, and turns. He starts to walk out. He stops, turns to the desk behind him. He sits, flips a switch in the air in front of him, and begins to speak.
Hey, John.
Lights fade to black. Scene 20, agent's bedroom. Later. John stirs in his bed, then abruptly sits up in bed. He looks around him with disbelief. After a moment, the wall lights up with the earlier message from the agent.
Hello, John. Sorry for that whole mess in the alleyway. Never meant for it to happen that way, but we always do that. Not sure how much you remember. My time through, I got next to nothing. The guy before me says he wasn't even that drunk. Not that it really matters. You're safe in your new bedroom at the time agency. You'll start training tomorrow. You're gonna love it. Trust me. I'm you. Just know someday you'll be okay. Look at me. I'm here. We'll make it through. Anyway, thanks for making that bed again. Always makes it a little more interesting.
The agent takes out the bottle of whiskey from the bar. He opens it and takes a swig.
You'll get yours in time. It was great to meet us. Have fun with the rest of your time here. Best years of our life. It's not really hard to do, though. I'll see you when the snake finishes eating its own tail.
The agent takes off the ring and lays it on the table with this line. John picks it up. The agent toasts with his glass.
Here's to us. John and Jane. Mother, daughter, father, and son.
Lights down.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. We're now going to be transitioning into an optional talk back. And don't worry, this is not a mandatory optional talk back. Yes, we'll have about 5 minutes before we start, so feel free to take advantage of these awesome snacks in the back.